Anyway, I just want to thank everybody that's watching. We're doing this again. It's another Monday, yo. Another Monday. You know, we come here every Monday, 10 p.m. Another episode of Reflect and Grow, where we come here to reflect, we grow, and we laugh. I'm super excited, man. People, we're showing up every week. We trying to learn. We're trying to grow. We have honest conversations. Super dope. Real quick, I got to talk about this weekend. I had a show in Vermont, and nobody showed up. So
We love
I don't
that.
know. We got some problems. I got to the venue, and nobody was there. They was like, show canceled. I'm like, hold on. It took me 14 hours to get here. We having a show. So I got on TikTok live and we had a we had a show. So we gotta fix this. Yo, if y'all know some people in Vermont, man, please let them know. I like Vermont and I would love to do some shows there. I didn't see no black people there, so I don't know if black people live in Vermont. But yeah. Anyways, today, it's gonna be a special conversation. We talking about sobriety. I know I've been sober for like 6 years. One thing I feel like I just never hear people talk about is life after you get sober. A lot of people talk about getting sober, but people never talk about how like you have to go back to life, and like sometimes you got to go back to the same places that triggered you in your past, and you got to like become adjusted to that. So I have someone who's joined us here. I've heard great things from her. One of my good friends told me about her. She's a substance abuse counselor. I'm gonna help you pronounce her name because I messed up her name. I
Everyone
was
messes it up.
I called her Denise. I was like, yo, let me go to the name that I know how to say. Um,
I'm hollering. That's what they
but
always do. They always call me Denise, and I'd be like, y'all don't know who I am. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know me. It's cool.
yeah, please help me welcome SteFunny.
Yeah.
How you living?
In living color.
And
Ain't
living
nothing going on
color
but ain't nothing going on but the rent.
with the rent. Yeah, what's the day? The 29th? That's in 2 days.
It is in 2 days. It sure is.
That's scary. Thank you for
Hmm.
reminding me. Um,
No, I got mine on auto pay. I'm doing something all right.
oh, you doing good. I need to become a substance abuse counselor. That's what
Oh,
I need
that's
to
not
do.
why. That's not why it's on auto pay. It's on auto pay because I was also in the military.
Oh,
Mhm.
gotcha. Okay.
So I
Oh,
got my little benefits coming through.
okay. All
Yeah.
right. She doing it big. She doing it big. So please tell us a background about yourself. Yeah, can you just let the people know? Also for the people, because we do this Mondays, but this recording also goes out on Thursdays, so we have more people that listen to it on Thursdays as well.
Okay. You want me to tell them about myself?
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
Well, I am Stephanie. My stage name is SteFunny. I've actually been a substance abuse counselor only for about a year and some change. I'm working on my certification right now to become a CSAC in Virginia and then transfer to North Carolina. But my life in sobriety and drinking and all the things has been up and down since I was about 18 years old, maybe even earlier than that. So, yeah, it's more of a relationship with trying to help my dad and my family
Hmm.
than myself, and then with my clients as well. So that's what's going on right now in these streets.
Okay. Um. And all right. So it's about a year and a half. So are you sober?
No.
Okay. All right. You
So
hesitated
we'll
about
so
that
we'll
one.
get there. We'll get there. I'm gonna tell you, right? So let me start from where it came from, right?
Okay.
So I grew up in a family that always drank, right?
Okay.
And I went to the military and it got worse.
Gotcha.
And I got a couple DUIs there. And I
Gotcha.
ended up getting put out the military for the DUIs.
Mm,
Then I came home from the military and went to college, and just life happened. But once I moved from the seven cities down to Danville, Virginia,
mm,
that's when I was like, I'm gonna just. And then when I started comedy really made me want to be sober for real. Because I didn't like, when people start comedy, they'll drink before they go on stage, or they'll do some type of substance before they go on stage, thinking it makes them funnier.
mm,
When not all the time it does. Like they'll slur, they'll stutter, they'll be very extra on stage. And I noticed that for my first year, and I was like, I don't want to drink before I perform. I'll drink afterwards. So then I noticed that I was getting a lot better. I could remember my jokes and I'm more wittier, all the things. And then one day I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do any of this anymore. So I stopped it all. I
Mm,
stopped drinking, smoking, and was abstinent all at the same time
okay.
for like a hot two
What, you
years.
got saved?
No,
You're like the Jesus?
no, I didn't even. I didn't do that. It was more of like, the first thing I wanted to give up was smoking. I wanted to give that up. Just Black and Miles or cigarettes. I gave that
Okay.
up. So then once I stopped smoking, I was like, okay, well, let me just try all of it.
Hmm.
And I just did it all for, like I said, like a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
Oh, hey everybody! Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rose Slim, the comedian. I appreciate you. Thank you for
That's my dog right
supporting.
there. We do comedy together.
Everybody else in the chat, please make sure you keep liking this up and share to your friends. It's a great conversation we have about life after sobriety here with SteFunny. So it's amazing to hear you say that because I'm the type of person where comedy got me to drink more when I first
Hmm.
started. Because I had so much bad nerves, and public speaking is like a really, really one of the top fears. I want to say it's the number one fear.
That's the number
So
one fear for everyone in this country specifically. Yep.
yeah, and for me, I looked at alcohol as a thing that I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this before I get on stage. I was like, this gonna help my nerve. I was like, man, ain't no big deal. I'm just gonna do this before I get on stage, before I do shows. But what happened was I was doing shows 6 nights a week.
Mm.
And 6 months go past, you be like, hold on, I think I might be an alcoholic. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, let me try not drinking. And I felt like this pull. Like it was like, oh my God, like I need to like I felt like I was like it was harder than what I thought it was. I thought I could it was like nothing. It was like, no, like you have a problem. So I got lucky, the pandemic happened.
Mm.
And with the pandemic, it made everybody sit down. So I wasn't out at the bar and stuff like that. And I had time at home to really focus on. Because I was about to go to rehab.
Mm.
We was debating about it because I was like, dang, I don't want to give up tour dates for rehab. Like, you got to make money. And then the pandemic happened, grace of God.
Right.
Um, and it was like, yo, like this really changed. That changed everything for me. But I will say, after getting sober and everything, there was a period of going back out to shows and stuff like that. Because in the pandemic, we was doing Zoom shows, so I ain't had to worry about no bar. Like it was good. But it was like a period where you had to go back out and get readjusted, and that was one of them times where I felt really, really lonely in that moment. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about like because some people can just get sober and like their life just changed, new friends, everything. Some people got to go back to the life that they actually had
Mm-hmm.
um, after getting sober. So I got a couple questions for you. Just in your personal opinion. This is not about me. Anybody that's watching, this is not a therapy session. This is just a
Oh yeah,
conversation.
yeah, yeah.
Um, what is one of the biggest surprise people experience after getting sober?
For me, um, it was emotions, raw dogging my emotions in this world.
Mm,
I didn't know that I had that many emotions that came that fast, and every little thing I felt, and I didn't like it. It was over. It was too much. It was overwhelming.
yes, yes. Were you in? Is it therapy? You would say benefits people that's going through that because you got to regulate your emotions.
So this is my story is pretty different, right? So I'm a substance abuse counselor, and I'm also a qualified mental health professional. So I already low key do like Uber therapy, and I've been doing that since 2017.
Time
Don't
out.
laugh, it ain't funny. It's
Time
Uber
out.
therapy.
Time out. Time out. Time out, coach. What is Uber therapy?
I only say it like that because I work with individuals, and I teach them all the coping skills, whatever interventions, and I get them to their doctor's appointments, make sure they take their medication, and just genuinely kind of talk them through their day. How many hours they get a week, we deal with them for the week. And I say Uber because most of them like to just get out and go riding around, go to a park, go to the store, go get cigarettes, go get whatever. So
Okay,
yeah,
got you.
I pick them up and I commute them. You know.
Gotcha. So yeah, so because I guess you're saying the emotions, because typically with the alcohol, drugs, whatever people use, they're using that to cope, so they're avoiding those emotions.
You
So
don't feel anything.
gotcha.
Hmm.
So those emotions pop up. What do most people tend to do when they feel that?
Well, the people in my class, and even well, because I'm different. Again, I'm different. I like challenges like that, and plus, I wanted to do it because I thought it would help my father at the time also to kind of follow my lead, but it really didn't. But a lot of my clients, they have a lot of cravings and triggers, and they want to isolate, or they just pretend. They pretend they're doing well. So some people will overcompensate with like doing busy stuff that's not getting you anywhere. They'll like, and it's no disrespect to these things. It's like, just playing video games or playing spades or just idle time where they really don't know what the next step in their life should be, because that place that they're in of being sober and having all these emotions, they really don't know what to do with them. So they either sleep, they eat, play spades, video games, or complain.
In the chat, somebody wrote, Slim the comedian wrote in the chat, man, what WTF is that?
Slim needs to go to bed. Slim is very tired. He's exhausted. Oh, he's so
And
sleepy.
we encourage everybody to write in the chat. We definitely will be reading that along the way. So please,
Crazy.
we love the questions. So all right. So say someone's experienced those emotions like you, right? What should they do? What's the step? They in real life, they no longer can use a substance, and they have these overwhelming emotions. Like what's some practical steps that they can do?
They need to understand that their feelings are not facts.
Okay.
They need to understand that they're going to come and go, and they just need to ride the wave of whatever emotions that they're having. And they can't stay in it, because a lot of them we come from a survival mindset. So a lot of us are in the mode of chaos and fight or flight. So we like to hold on to attention no matter. Am I doing that to myself?
No, somebody gifted you.
Um, some people will what we were talking about today, because I brought these questions up to my clients today, and they were like finding out what they used to like, figuring out what it is that they enjoy, what brings them some type of joy, because they don't know who they are anymore in this sober life.
Gotcha.
So and then when we thought about going back to who they used to be, a lot of them had started using drugs and alcohol when they were teenagers. And I'm like, you don't want to go back to that type of mindset when you were a kid. You could just reinvent yourself,
Oh man, yeah, and what you're saying is so true, right? Like as you're saying, I'm like, dang, I had that same type of feeling as well, being overwhelmed. I know for me, and it might be different for everybody. What I realize is, it felt like because you feel overwhelmed initially with those when you first get those emotions, but as time goes, that you start, it's like it's less and less and less, and it's not as heavy as before. But that initial overwhelmness was very scary to me. Was that for you?
Yeah, and I'm a talker, so I'm talking my feelings and emotions out, and that was a little much for a lot of my friends that were, in the stage of supporting me through my stint of sobriety. And then, I would go to comedy shows, and, they're in bars and stuff. And then people are, oh, Steph, you're going to drink? No, I'm not. So then they would start asking questions like, what, you pregnant or something? Like, what you doing? You about to become a Muslim now? Like, what you doing? Like, no, fool, I just don't want to drink anymore right now. So, yeah.
And your
A lot of
person,
pressure. It's a lot of pressure to stop doing what everybody do to cover up what's really going on.
gotcha.
I think that's more brave than anything. You don't use anything. You just enjoying life sober. I think that's the bravest shit in the world. Excuse me for cussing.
No, do you, be you. So what emotions tend to be the hardest to face? After sobriety.
Shame, guilt.
Mm.
Those are the main ones, really. Cause you feel all the shame and guilt from hurting people in the past, and manipulating people, and hurting your family, hurting your friends, and not living up to who you thought you were going to be.
Hmm.
You know, those are the main things. And,
Okay.
and admitting that you have a problem.
Hmm.
A lot of people still don't even get there, even while they're sober. Like, it takes them a long time to kind of surrender to that. Like,
Hmm.
okay, I am an addict, and I need to like kind of fall into that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
So
they
you,
struggle.
so you said that's part of the process is admitting what you did
Absolutely.
wrong. Okay. So how can someone begin processing emotions in a healthy way instead of escaping them?
Like you said, you gotta find out what you like. Ask yourself, what do you like? Who am I? Who do I want to be? Some people will start reading. Some people start exercising. Some people will be a service to their community. Some people will, start working. A lot of them couldn't work like jobs, so a lot of them will get jobs to earn money. Shoot, some people start comedy because they got a story to tell, man. It's a lot of things. Exercise, some people will start to change their wardrobe if they already have the money. They'll, dive into podcasts. They'll just dive into information to find out what it is that they like. Long as it's healthy and they have healthy people around them and they're not afraid to do the healthy thing. You know what I'm saying?
So let me make sure I understand you correctly. Are you saying that they need distractions from these emotions? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely not. So these exercises going to help you process. We did a thing today in class, right? That we've never done before. We sat in class for 3 minutes. Nobody said nothing. We just sat to be present, to deal with our emotions, to be more present. So these things are just going to help you ride the wave of them, where you don't have to figure shit out right now. You know what I'm saying? Just exercise, run, walk on the treadmill, let your shit ride. Going to work, just working to be busy. To think about the plan that you want to make. What else I say? Doing the wardrobe, make yourself feel better. If you're having a bad day, make yourself feel better. Getting your hair done, getting a haircut, doing things that make you feel better on the inside, so that you know what it feels like to have some type of joy or happiness instead of pain and suffering and sadness and depression, if that makes sense.
So you choose how to exert that energy because that energy can be used towards shame and sitting in that, or it could be used to something productive.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. But
Okay.
that's the hardest thing, right? So I think that stopping the substance is easier than changing the behaviors that you were doing while you were on the substance. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people still have they'll still manipulate people, they'll still lie, steal, cheat, all these things. And that is one of that's one of the main things to change and the hardest things to change, because you don't know where these behaviors came from and you just think it's normal. Now that you're sober, you're kind of like trying to make it right. No, it's manipulating people is not right. Lying to people is not right. That's just what you do when you used to get what you want, and it was more of an instant gratification instead of delayed gratification. You know what I'm saying?
Or is that what it's called? Maladaptive behaviors.
Yeah, absolutely.
So okay, let's take it back for a second. For someone that's brand new, they you just an educated person. So like, there's a difference between a substance abuse counselor seeing someone like that and going to therapy, or is that the same?
No, there's definitely two different things.
What's
So
the
a
difference?
so I run a substance abuse group. So
Okay.
I run a group with at least 20 to 25 people. Within this group weekly, these individuals do see an individual counselor.
Okay.
So the group is meant for learning the coping skills, teaching the steps, going over emotion regulation, the stress, all the coping skills and everything that we're talking about.
Okay.
But the individual therapy is to, get deeper to what it actually is that they're all processing. Whether
Gotcha.
it be the shame, the guilt, the grief, being broke, trying to figure out life after being sober and not, being on their own. It goes deeper in individual therapy.
Okay. How often does the group meet?
6 days a week.
6 days a week, and that's even after sobriety.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Um.
there's still levels, right? So while in addiction, most go to rehab, like you mentioned earlier. So they'll go to rehab for however long they need to go, and then once they graduate from there, they'll step down to like a 3.1. 3.1 is what I do.
Okay.
You go to a weekly group, a daily group. Most are in like a residential home, and you come to group from 10 to 5 or whatever the hours are, and the more you progress with your sobriety, your engaging, and your behaviors, then you step down.
Okay.
The goal is independency. The goal is not dependent. Don't depend on me for nothing. I gotta let go of your hand.
I mean, with I mean, life after sobriety, does that bring out? I mean, she probably already there before, but codependency, I guess, is a big thing.
It's a huge thing.
And I mean, afterwards, I mean, how you sober? Because I feel like I went through that for a while too. Like I had to learn how to become like picking up the tools, regulate your emotions and stuff like that. So I wasn't calling somebody and being on the phone for like 5 hours to help me regulate.
Right, right,
um,
right.
so life after sobriety, how does someone deal with co- codependency? Can you speak on that? I want to make sure we ain't.
So, codependency is you need someone to help you throughout life, basically. You depend on this person to answer things for you or get things for you, or, you thrive off having another person around instead of being independent and trusting yourself.
Mhm,
So, if individuals that are living the sober life don't have a strong support system,
mhm,
or they don't have a plan for their own sobriety as far as like going to AA meetings or NA meetings
mhm,
or staying in the community of other sober people,
mhm,
it's not gonna work. So
mhm,
that also comes with having new friends, like you mentioned earlier.
mhm.
You can't go back to your family if they're not supporting you,
Right, 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 right.
especially when they're used to the old you. You gotta be brave enough to go and find new people to help you stay on this path.
Mhm,
So you can be codependent in the good nature when with going to the AA groups and the NA groups, finding a
mhm.
sponsor and doing it that way. But most people will become codependent because they're used to the chaos. They're used to what it was like when they were addicts, when they were active.
Gotcha, gotcha. Um, so life after sobriety. Um, what would you say? How do relationships usually change after someone gets sober?
They can go a bunch of different ways.
Okay.
You gonna lose people, or you gonna gain people. You gonna lose yourself, or you gonna become a new person.
Mhm.
So if you know you don't want to go back to people that haven't changed, and you used to drink with said people or do whatever with said people, and you don't want to go back because they won't respect your journey, you can't go back
Mhm.
over there. You don't have to say bye or nothing. You can just not go at all. But
Mhm.
then to be vulnerable enough and open up enough to go with people that are further in the journey than you,
Mhm.
and to be a listener and to soak in the knowledge and information. That's a good way to form relationships also. But I think the most important relationship people have to make within the sober life is with their higher power, whoever your higher power is. That's the
Mhm.
most important one, because if you don't have him or her or whoever it is, you're
Mhm.
not gonna make it very far. You got to
Mhm.
have some type of anchor. You got to have some type of spiritual, relationship in order to make it. A physical one or romantic one, ain't nobody worry about all that. You got to have more of a spiritual relationship in order to make it, because this journey is not easy
Mhm.
at
Mhm.
all. Especially if you've never had to deal with your emotions on your own, and you don't have people around you. You got people around you telling you stuff like, "Oh, you'll be all right. Don't worry about it. You don't need no drink. You got it. Hey, do some push-ups or something." Nobody want to hear that. If I'm sad on the inside and I feel like the world is on my shoulders, I don't want to do no damn push-ups. What are you talking about? It's just it's people that don't understand.
Mhm.
They don't know how to regulate nothing.
Mhm.
And even with the higher power part, all people say is just go and pray. There's more to it than just praying, bro.
In the chat, Lux said exactly. Yes. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like a lot of times people who give you that type of advice, like just go pray, or just kind of give you like this very general advice, a lot of times they might not have the tools themselves to actually walk you through it. You might need to like keep searching around and find someone who has the correct answers.
Absolutely. But another thing is too, a lot of people don't know how they are when it comes to receiving information or asking for help.
Mm,
A lot of people don't know how to do that. So some people will take everything at a grain of salt and just, apply it fast. No, no, no. You can't do that. You gotta sit back, listen, and whatever feels good in your soul, then you do
mhm.
it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do everything that everyone is telling you to do.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for liking the live, Lux and Tom. I appreciate y'all. So next question I have for you is, someone that's sober, and I went through this. How do you handle situations where everyone else is drinking or using substances?
I wouldn't go unless you already know you're strong enough. If you know you have the power to say no and stand firm in your no and set that boundary, then do what you do. Um, I'm an extrovert. I'm gonna say what I want to say when I need to say it, no matter where I'm at. I'll read the
Mhm.
room, but when it comes to some people that are timid or some people that their peer pressure skills are at an all-time low,
Mhm.
don't go around it. If you know deep down inside you still want some of it, don't go around it.
Mhm.
But you gather the armor, you build your armor up
Mhm.
to make those cravings or triggers, you decrease them, and then you can go around to people, chill, have a good time. We were just talking about this today in class. I said that was a struggle for me for real, because I felt like I still had to perform even though I was sober. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still
Mm.
had to be the hype person, the life of the party, and all the things, because that's just what I was doing when I was using. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So now, and this is just happening now. Like now, I be chilling. I can't. I don't have the energy anymore to be doing all that kind of stuff. So I don't have it. I don't have it anymore. No, it's too
Oh man! In the chat, Lux wrote, "Yup, that's hard. I just have to leave or not go."
leave or not
I
go. That's a fact.
I feel you, but sometimes you got a gig that you got to get. You trying to make some money, so like not going may not be an option. If this
Not
is what
not going may not be an option, but you go by yourself, you're gonna be good. If you go with people, especially, and you gotta just know who you are as a person, man. You gotta be able to say no. And most people gonna believe your no if you about that life. No, I'm good. If you
yeah.
about that life, they're gonna believe you. If you shaky like man, shit, you can get sucked into the
Oh,
matrix.
Slim in the chat wrote facts. So we talk about friends every week. We talk about how we lose it because we're part of growth in general. It don't gotta be sobriety, just growth overall. You losing friends and stuff like that. I would ask you, what's the difference between a supportive friend and someone who unintentionally makes recovery harder?
Someone who makes recovery unintentionally harder versus a supportive friend.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great question. That wasn't on the list that you gave me, but I'm gonna answer that. You got me with that one, Bucko.
My bad.
It's okay. So I think a supportive friend clearly is someone who is going to hold you accountable, someone who's going to help you stay on the right path, someone who is not afraid to tell you no, someone who is not afraid to remind you of what you're doing this for.
Mhm.
The unintentional who friend again? The unintentional what?
The unintentional friend, the one who makes recovery harder.
Because this person don't believe you for real. This person gonna keep inviting you out to try to test you to see if you. I'm for real. I'm talking about. Bitch, come over. I'm having a kickback. We got this and we got that. I know you're not drinking, but you can still be around it.
Mhm.
No, I cannot, and I don't want to come. Come on, cause such
Mm.
and such is gonna be over here.
Mhm.
I don't want to come. And then
Mhm.
they start calling you names and make you feel worse. They try to,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? They do all the things, and I'm just like, bro, I can't. That friend, I can't be around because they don't respect my journey, and they don't respect me at all. Like they don't respect none of that.
Yeah, in the
Even
chat,
if it
look.
doesn't have anything to do with sobriety, like you said, if it's like if I'm going for my masters or if I'm doing something different in life, and they know I've expressed like I can't, I'm stopping these said things, and you still try to invite me out,
Mhm.
bro. You didn't hear what I just said?
Yeah, yeah.
Nah. You gotta
Um,
cut them people off.
in the chat, Lux wrote, yup, she's right. Yeah, it sounds like what you're saying is you need friends who are empathetic,
For
um,
sure.
who have self awareness, because the people who lack that are the ones who are just focused. They kind of self centered and focus only on what they do.
Those
Or
are the
maybe
people that's gonna be like, you gonna be all right. No, I'm not. I'm not actually. That's why I'm not coming. I'm not gonna be all right. Fuck. Can't stand them, bro.
uh, oh man.
It's a
So
fact.
let's get to, we talking about life after sober. Anybody's joining. We have SteFunny here, who is a substance abuse counselor, and we kind of just going over ways of living life after sobriety. In the chat, Lux just wrote facts, and then you don't know what to do because they aren't doing it intentionally.
Absolutely. They just want you to have a good time. That's all. And they don't know your good time now looks different, or the better version of you looks different now.
So life sobriety. So is routines is something that's very important to have once you have this life after sobriety.
I'm talking about a wake up time, a time to meditate, pray. I'm talking about. We were talking about hygiene today because hygiene is. Oh my god. Oh my god. They be in there funky. Do you hear me? That is a part of you need a routine for sobriety and recovery. If you don't wash your ass, if you don't wash your ass, it's not gonna
Yo,
work. Do you hear me? Do you hear me what I'm saying?
hey, Steph Funny is also a comedian. She's a substance abuse counselor, but she is also a stand-up comedian. So yeah, she's making y'all laugh.
I'm talking about. We were talking about hygiene today. That is a part of. I'm for real. It's a fact. Because in active addiction, most people were not washing their ass. So now that you are sober, you have to incorporate small daily habits that you were not used to doing.
Okay.
Washing your ass is a part of it. Washing your ass, you're going to get a good night's sleep. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more confident. You're going to think better. All the things. So, yes, incorporate a habit of, like I said, getting some good sleep, getting some good food, exercise, hygiene, getting some good people around you, and drinking some water, and gaining any type of knowledge. Keep challenging yourself to learn new things, no matter what it is. I think all those things are very important. And maintain some type of anchor to your higher power, and doing some type of community service with the NA or AA groups.
So it sounds like with you're faith based, and it sounds like your solution to all this at the core and anchor. You feel like that people need to have faith in this process. Is that correct?
1,000% sure. Yes,
Okay.
that's it for sure.
Gotcha. Because I talk about on here. I've talked about my journey with faith and getting back into church actually, which was very very interesting because when I went to church growing up, like I used to fall asleep during church. But now them sermons, you get the right church and the right pastor, them sermons can hit.
They're
Like you
gonna.
be
I'm
like,
talking about smack you right on up, ain't it?
yeah, you be like, oh,
Straighten
he
you
talking to
back
me.
up. And you know what's
Um,
crazy? I wasn't even raised in church.
okay.
I didn't start going, and then I started going to church for all the wrong reasons. I just didn't want to clean the barracks when I was in the military. I didn't want to
Hey,
clean up nothing.
hey,
I didn't want to clean up shit.
I went to boot camp. I definitely went to church so that I could get some time away from the.
Every Sunday, I went in there singing them songs like karaoke. I
Hey,
didn't know what I
look,
was doing.
I was in Paris Island. I was in Marine Corps Reserve, and I
Mhm.
definitely went to church so that I did not have to be around my drill sergeants, yo.
1,000%.
I found
Absolutely.
God quick.
Found it fast. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Mm-mm.
In the chat, Tom wrote, if you don't have faith in God, you at least need to have faith in yourself and your plans for you.
1,000% a fact.
Yeah, I think stuff like she's saying like you got to have something outside of yourself, some type of purpose that you're going. Like you can't just make this without something that you're like you have something that you're working towards to.
You can't really freestyle it. If you freestyle it and with no anchor,
Mm,
you can fall back to the wayside. You know what I'm saying? You can fall
gotcha.
back. You can relapse quick.
Okay.
That's
Um,
just that's my opinion.
mhm. So, how can someone rebuild confidence after addiction?
Everything we talked about.
So all that
Getting
stuff
some
builds up
everything
confidence.
that we've talked about.
Okay.
Making a routine, having a structure for yourself, making a plan for yourself, um, seeking the higher power, getting better friends. It's not easy. It's not nothing that happens. It isn't anything that happens overnight. This is a day by day thing to rebuild your confidence, rebuild your identity, to rebrand yourself as a person. Because that's what you're doing. You're becoming someone new. A lot of people think that they're going back to the old them. No, you're not. That person was weak. You are building a new person. You want to shift gears, as my homie said. We are shifting gears and we going up.
Right.
So all those things help you to rebuild your, especially character. What? Oh gosh, we don't talk enough about character. People having manners,
Okay.
honesty, integrity, discernment, all these things, all the words that a lot of women think that men have to have a lot of money. No, they don't have those things. That's why they have money. They don't have character.
Okay.
Find somebody with good character, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's still some people out here that have good character, that are truthful and honest, and they're vulnerable and they're very authentic. Find some good, decent, authentic people every day, and just try to learn something from them every day and apply it to yourself.
Did you go to therapy?
I did. I do. I'm going back.
Going back. Okay. Is there a specific type of therapy you recommend for people to go that's going through this type of addiction?
Yes, cognitive behavioral therapy. I think that technique
CBT?
is with CBT. I think that is great for people coming from addiction to the sober life, or even people that just don't know how to regulate their emotions or their thoughts or their trauma. Like to know how to think about what it is that you went through and look at it in a different way and apply certain techniques to, make it more real. Instead of what's the word I want to say? It makes it make more sense. You don't have to blame yourself. A lot of people that go to therapy or don't go to therapy, they feel like they have to just manage this on their own, and you don't have to. It's not your fault. Choices we make, yeah, but to keep holding on to certain stuff that we've went through in life, no, we can let it go. And
Gotcha.
CBT assists with letting it go and understanding why you are the way you are now and how you can change it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I did CBT. I did that. I did CBT, DBT, and narrative therapy. I did all that for 2 years. I'm on the IFS now. Super
Okay.
deep work. I don't know if you've done that one, but
Nope.
that one, if you trying to go deep, do some ego work, that one is a whole nother level.
You want to cry every day? You want to?
That one will make you look in the mirror and be like, yo, like I've been on a like you start to realize, like, you ever played a video game and you got to move up different levels. You be like, man, I've been at this level. Like I'm trying to get to this level now. It's
Scary.
yeah.
Petrifying.
And what you say?
Petrifying.
Yeah. In the chat, Lux wrote exactly. A lot of money, no integrity.
She's going to start attracting men with good character. She's going to find them.
Who Lux?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to come her way.
Yeah, Lux. Get that man with them good integrity.
Talking about integral. A man of faith in God.
We love Lux. Lux, that's my girl. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and move over to some well, what's one thing I would say? If you just had to wrap it up in like one sentence, she said, Lux wrote, I be trying.
Don't try, girl, you doing
it. What's one takeaway, if you had put in a sentence, for somebody life after sobriety that they need to hear and to make it?
Don't be afraid of who you're going to become. Lean into that, and it's one day at a time. Give yourself way more grace. Give yourself way more grace. Pat yourself on the back more than beat yourself up. And one more thing, I like to end with a quote there too.
Okay.
Don't ask me what it means. I just been saying it for the past 2 weeks. Okay. You ain't gotta worry about catching a dog. You gotta worry about a dog catching your ass. All right. You never seen Friday?
Oh my god. Yo. Hey,
I've been saying that to my class for the last 2 weeks.
hey, and, I'm sorry. In the chat, Lux wrote, "Oh, that's good. Fear of the unknown will take you out." Okay, all right. We're gonna transition over here to the Reddit
Okay.
story
I like
now.
Lux. Lux, we gotta follow each other.
She probably already followed you. She followed everybody.
Okay.
Um, that's cool. She good peoples.
I'm gonna follow her back.
So the Reddit story says, "I got sober, but nobody told me about the now what phase. Getting clean was the hardest thing I ever done. But what surprised me wasn't withdrawal or early recovery. It was the silence, boredom, and loneliness
Mm.
after. I hate going to meetings and being told to get out of myself. No one ever talked about that part where you're sober, functioning, showing up, but still like you're stuck in the same life, just without the chaos, because you're just told to be grateful, or one of the latest favorite cliches. Slap some gratitude on it and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Same stuff every single day. Same room, same thoughts at night. Like, is this it now? I thought sobriety would automatically turn into purpose. It didn't. And I ended dying 3 more times after initially being introduced to the A's. What I've been realizing is getting sober removes the problem, but it doesn't automatically build the next version of you. Like, I needed a completely new identity, and being an addict forever just wasn't sitting right with me. That part is still on me though. Um so after reading that, um, why do you think boredom is so uncomfortable for people?
Oh, because they gotta be with themselves. You gotta sit with you and your thoughts and who you are, huh? You can't be all up in everybody's business. You gotta sit. Don't nobody want to go within.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to go there. And you walk around with that place on your chest every day. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Tucci, we was in the military together. Um, yeah, nobody wants to go within. And then a lot of people also assume that sobriety is a place
Mm.
that you get to, and it's not.
It
It's a
sounded like,
journey that
please.
you're on. Hmm?
You said it's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey that you're on. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a place that you just get to. It's not. Hey, I'm here. That's what that Reddit sounded like. It sounded like once they got sober, they were expecting the bells, the whistles. They were expecting the, jumping through dandelions and all kind of shit like that. No, you have to do. There's a journey that you have to continuously do every day. You have to do the work every day.
Mm.
Nobody gonna give it to you. You got to go get it.
Mm-hmm. So
But that
how long?
isolation and that boredom,
Mm-hmm.
that gives you time to like change your mindset to think about those things instead of what's next. You can think about, like I said, what do I like to do? What would I like to do? We was gonna make a bucket list in class today. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow for them. We're gonna do a bucket list just to
So
just to make some shit up. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
now you good. You finish your thought.
Because I brought these questions up to my clients today, and they were so excited. They was like, "Oh, Miss Stephanie, we want to be up there." No, you don't, and you can't. Um, don't worry about me. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Girl,
Um,
girl.
and do. So I said, if y'all, well, we don't know what hobbies we like. We don't know what we're supposed to do when we get out of here. So I said, okay, we can make a bucket list, and then that kind of took us down a rabbit hole of, well, I don't want to think about death. I think they were really focused on the death part of the bucket list instead of living your life. You don't want to live your life to die. Just live it to live it, and do
Mm-hmm.
things where you won't at the end say shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know what I'm saying? At least you tried to do these things. You lived. All right, my thought is complete.
All right. And I just had a question. How long does it typically take for the brain to begin enjoying everyday life again?
Man, listen. Let me tell you, God. I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? So for me, I want to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I have you see, I got a big old spirit. I am a big kid, and I've been
Mm-hmm.
this way all my life. But there are people that don't have this type of spirit. And there are some humbugs out here in real life, even if they're sober, because
Mm-hmm.
they don't know how to enjoy. I got people in my, I've had people in my class, they got a job, they've got better clothes, they got haircuts, they started washing their ass. You know what I'm saying? The girls hollering at them, you know what I'm saying? And they complaining. They ain't getting enough sleep or people walk hard or goddamn, I don't like to eat these cheeseburgers. I want something else. What the fuck is you talking about?
Girl.
What are you talking about? You got all these things that you never had and you're
Yo,
still complaining?
yo,
What's your problem?
yo, yo, please stop. Okay.
I'm dead serious. You think I'm playing? This is not a joke. This is how I am, man. People be ungrateful, and it's not the whole slap a grateful sticker on it, but bro, and positive thinking, the more positive you think, or the more balanced you try to keep your life, the better it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So they just don't be. Oh, I still don't. I gotta work all day. Don't you want money? This is what you fucking asked for. What are you talking about? You gotta work all day. Yes.
Welcome to real life.
Please come on in. I'll hold your hand for a little bit, then I'm gonna push you.
Oh man. All right. So, in the chat, Lux wrote, "Perspective is everything."
Hey
Yes.
man, come on, Lex. Oh my God, Lux. Ooh, child. Perspective is everything. People be seeing us with the nice cars and clothes and blah blah. They want our life. You don't know what people had to do to get these things. You don't know what type of sacrifices they had to make, what changes they had to make, what people they let go. You don't know none of that.
Mm-hmm.
What new healthier addictions do you guys replace your old ones with?
Cookie.
Food, right? Because I got swole after boy, I'm talking about swole. You hear me? I'm already a brolic woman. I'm already strong as hell. You see my neck, blood pressure went sky high. You hear me?
Yeah,
Food.
girl. Girl.
Food is the new healthier one, Tom. But also, I would go on hikes. I would work out, dance. I love a karaoke. Reading, finding some new cool podcasts to soak in my brain. You know, just a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of healthy stuff. That's
Okay.
it.
Thank you for asking that question, Tom. All right, so let's go ahead and move over to our next segment, which is our healthy coping. We call it our or nah segment.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll read out something, and I want you to tell me if it's a healthy coping, normal adjustment, or warning sign. So here's our first one. It says avoiding parties for the first few months of sobriety. Is that a healthy boundary or not?
It
And
could be a warning.
feel free to comment in the chat what you think the answer is. You said it's a
It could,
warning.
yeah, it could be a warning to some people because if you just never go at all and you want to enjoy parties,
Hmm.
you won't build up the, like I said, a lot of people have to decrease their triggers. You got to decrease the things that had power over you.
Hmm.
So for the first few months, absolutely. But if you're gonna keep doing it and never party again, what's the point? You don't have to go to these parties to be under the influence. You can go to have a good old time. So,
Okay.
but the first few months, I would agree. But eventually, if you do want to party again, go outside and see what it's like, man.
Okay.
Take away the power that thing have over you.
All right. Hey, she said be outside.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I'm telling you, if you about that life and you can say no strong,
Hmm.
be about that life then.
Gotcha. Um, Replacing drinking with working out every day, is that healthy coping or avoiding something else?
Replacing drinking with working out every day. Um, I would say it's healthy.
Hmm.
But you still have to, because people can work out and start putting that creatine and them other stuff in their body to feel something. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, you have to get to the core of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Exercising is a great way to. That's a healthy addiction, of course, but you still got to address what's going on the inside.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, Not enjoying certain friends anymore after getting sober. Is that normal growth or not?
I think it's growth because you're aware of who you want to be around and you know what your standards are in people.
Okay.
So you ain't gotta keep everybody. Everybody can't go with you to the top, man.
Mm,
Everybody can't go. Everybody's not meant to be in the sober life.
right. Journaling instead of drinking when overwhelmed. Is that healthy coping or not?
Super healthy. Yeah, extremely healthy. I'm gonna write it out like Doug used to do. He used to write in the journal. Hey Arnold used to write in the journal. They all used to write in journals.
All our favorite cartoon characters
All
used
our
to
favorite
journal.
cartoons were journalers. We gotta take it back.
Mm, I miss those gems. What up, Sunday? Sunday in the chat. We in our or nog segment. In the chat, Lux wrote facts. They did.
They did. They all were journalers. They all journaled.
Oh man. All right. Replacing alcohol with shopping, gambling, or binge eating. Healthy coping or not?
Absolutely not. None of it. No. No. All of that is still impulsive.
Is it
What?
better?
Huh?
Is it better?
What is gonna happen if you don't have the money you going shopping? You're gonna be broke with a bunch of clothes with no house to put them in. Huh? You're gonna be broke. What if you just eating? You don't maintain a diet. You don't watch your carbs and calories. You can't be out here eating fried honey buns all your life because you don't do drugs no more. Your back is gonna swell up.
Uh, in the chat, Sunday wrote, nah, gambling
Damn.
is the worst.
Listen,
Unless.
ain't no damn unless. No, it ain't. No, absolutely not. Now it's to the point they got gambling on the phone. All I hear is a ding, ding, ding. Just losing money on the parlays and all kind of shit. Stop doing that. No.
Yo,
Buying lottery tickets every first Tuesday of the month. They know what time it is. Get
oh
them
man,
scratch offs.
for
No.
my people that just joined, I'm here this week with SteFunny. She's substance abuse counselor, also comedian, and we just going over life after sobriety. And right now we're in our or not segment. So leaving family gatherings early because everyone is drinking. Is that protecting recovery or not?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's protecting recovery.
Okay.
You were there. You see, and this is a part. This is about like kind of goes to that first question that you asked.
Mhm.
Avoiding parties for the first few months. I think that goes together, right? You go to the party, you talk to your peoples or whatever, then you notice your family getting toe up, everybody popping bottles. That's my cue to leave. I don't want to be around this. I don't need to be around this because they're not gonna respect it,
Mhm.
or it's gonna be, it's just gonna be you don't have to put yourself in that environment if you're not ready to, and you're not ready to. You don't want to beat nobody's ass. You don't want to mess up a relationship.
Gotcha. Okay.
Protective and setting boundaries with people, 1,000%.
All right. And last one for this segment: feeling guilty for being happier without old friends you used to party with. Is that normal growth or not?
I think that's normal. I think that's very normal because when we start to put ourselves first, we think we're being selfish.
Hmm.
Because we want to people please, we want to do everything for everybody else, and then we start to feel guilty when we're happy and it's not with the people that we thought it should be with. You happy? That's it. That's the answer. If they ain't there, if they're not there, and these people were really rocking with you, they'll be happy for you too, and they understand. And if they don't, fuck them.
In the chat, Sunday
Sunday, oh
wrote
Sunday, he a beast.
protective and setting boundaries with people, accelerated growth, no guilt, no shame. Yes. And the great words of stuff funny. Also, Rick Ross, fuck him.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
The boss.
You ain't got to worry about catching a dog. You got to worry about a dog catching your ass.
In the chat, Precious said, "Hey, Precious."
Hey.
All right. So we got a couple minutes here. Real quick, I just want to go over. We can fit in a real quick our celebrity segment. This one was not on the list. I know that one.
You keep on doing. I told my friend today. I said I like spontaneity. I like surprises. But you put me on the spot now.
Improv.
Head ass. All right, I'm ready.
Eminem. Eminem. He openly talks about addiction and long term sobriety. Talks about learning how to live without his old lifestyle. Career continued, but personal identity shifted heavily. Somebody that went through it like him. How do you stay creative or driven without old habits?
So that's really gonna look different for everybody. Um, excuse me. I feel like a lot of people need to know if they are a creative or if they're an executor or if they're healed enough to talk about what they've been through in order to give their message out. Um, find things that will spark growth or a challenge for you or something that lights you up on the inside. All this sounds real cliche and real, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I've lost and you've had it before. I'm pretty sure you've lost a drive to write jokes and comedy,
Mm-hmm.
and people have wanted to quit. But sometimes we just need to take a step back and just look at the bigger picture for real.
Mm.
I think so. I think we need to take a step back instead of and live life. Once you live life for what it is,
Mm.
and then you'll be able to be more creative also. Hopefully I
Yeah.
said that right.
No, I feel you because for a lot of time for me, right? I don't know. I had this idea that I needed to be high in order to be a great artist. Like I felt like
Mm,
like I wanted to smoke. I was like I wanted to smoke weed so bad because I was like I just wanted to be so cool and I thought it was gonna help my creativity. Um, so I had this. I was creating an identity.
mm. How'd that go? How'd that go for you? How'd that work out?
It didn't work out. I was getting panic attacks. I literally, cause I had like trauma
Yeah.
from doing that, cause I was so afraid that people would mess with it, stuff like that, and get on the streets. But I will say that um, there was a fear of not being creative after being sober, and for me, I definitely did went through a grief. There was a grief of losing my old identity of who I was and just not knowing what the future was. And I had to process that. I had to sit with that. And eventually, you will find a way to work through it, but it may take time. Like
It's gonna. Mhm.
you might suck at first. What you about to say?
No, no. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, it might at first jokes might not be that funny. Even when I lost weight, right? I felt like, oh my god, like how I'm gonna be funny and not fat. I'm fat again, which I think I got funnier. But when I lost weight,
Stick to
it
the
was this
code.
fear. It was this fear, like how am I gonna do this? Like I need the jokes. I got some fat jokes. That's 10 minutes right there. However, I had to grieve that part of me, and I learned how to you find ways to become more creative. It makes you stretch, it makes you grow. So there is, you got to go through a phase of relearning things. But you will get there with time if you stick with it. We had a couple people in the chat that wrote some stuff. We had Tom wrote, I think sticking to a creative drive after sobriety, you need to know yourself and what matters to you. Sunday wrote, tuning into our true purpose is the only way to reciprocate our true purpose. Tom wrote, and reading a lot.
I agree with
Um,
all those things. Um, but it's the steps that you genuinely have to take. That is scary when you don't feel like you can be creative anymore. No matter if it's comedy, if it's music, or painting a picture, or whatever. When you feel like you don't have it anymore because you're healing, you've healed so much. You feel like you don't have anything that like we do self deprecation, right? And you said you lost weight, so now you can't even do fat jokes no more because you on stage just skinny. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? So it's like, is healing really worth it? Because I'm really funny when I'm not healed. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I literally be in therapy sessions. I'd be like, my therapy says something deep, and I'd be like, yo, like I ain't trying to heal that much. Like I'm still trying to be a little messed up for comedy.
I need
But
to be a little crazy.
yeah, what I'm realizing is though, I'm able to come at stuff from a more like I realized how much trauma I had and the perspective I was coming from. And now it's like it's coming from a place of look at this. This is not where I'm at, right? Like
Yeah.
it used to be a place of, man, I'm coming from a very petty angle. That was like not like that was the old me. Now it's a more evolved, more looking at it from a mature perspective. And but that took growth. It took time. So I would just say, yeah, just keep creating through it. You know, your different phases of life. In the chat, Sunday wrote, tuning into our true purpose
You just
is
read
the
that.
only way. Oh, I already read that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my bad. All right, so yeah, so that's it. Yo, y'all, SteFunny, she had major plans tonight, right? Like she didn't want to be here. She was supposed to be in the bed.
Sleep. I'm talking about rubbing my feet together as we speak, rubbing them good together. I done took my melatonin. I'm over here falling asleep. Hear me?
She was like, "Mom," she was like, "I do it for you because of the calls, but I usually be sleep."
Tired, boss.
So
Tired.
we gonna wrap this up. We do this every Monday, 10 p.m. We have great conversations. Last week we did friendship breakups and how to, your journey through that. This week, we're doing life after sobriety. So each week it changed. SteFunny. So how can people check you out? You know, they wanted some funny. How do they do that? If they want to substance abuse counselor, how do they do that?
So, definitely, if you're in substance abuse or you need some type of NA or AA group, you can Google that and you'll find them in your area wherever you are. They're everywhere. And if you are involved with the NA or AA group, try to go to their conventions. Their conventions. That's how you know being sober is fun. Have you ever been to a convention?
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, I performed at two AA and NA conventions. When I tell you these were the liveliest bunch of people I had ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a whole weekend planned of they was going to group, they had basketball games and karaoke and comedy shows, and they were still getting their word in, getting the steps in, doing all the things. It was so dope. All right.
Okay.
Super, super, super dope.
Check it out.
My name is SteFunny. You guys can see my name somewhere around here on this
Yeah, shit
thing.
in the box.
Yeah, SteFunny Denise. There I go right there. You can follow me here on TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook. Those are the only platforms I'm on. And if you're in the Virginia or North Carolina area, I do shows there majority of the time. I also do military shows, a part of this group called Laugh It Off. Shout out to Slim the comedian that's in the group. He's a part of the group too. And yeah, man, just kind of trying to laugh these guys' jaws off. You know what I'm saying? That's
Dope, dope. Well, I appreciate you for joining us. It was great.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I got to interrupt you. This was way better than I expected. I just need you to know that. This was way better than I expected, and I love when that happens. So I will definitely be back for this again because this was dope in real life.
Hey, look, she might
Super
miss
dope.
out on an hour of sleep for us, y'all. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I did.
Well, we appreciate you. Welcome back anytime. Anybody else in the chat, once again, we'll be back here next week, 10 p.m. Other than that, have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.